physically. Bad news: I don't know how to shut down the physical clairvoyance, so if you don't like it, I can't help you. Good news: it's much easier to work with clairvoyance if you can see entities physically. First of all, don't panic and remember the reality check. Also, go see a doctor. No, really. Most people I know do not see physically, and they use inner sight for clairvoyance. Physical seeing, especially at first, when you can't see entities and energies but flashes or small things like lights, shadows, and such, might suggest problems with your eyes or brain. So check your overall health first. If doctors can't find anything wrong with you, then you can consider that you're beginning to see physically. In such a case, simply practice the techniques that I've described in this book, but instead of using your inner sight, use the physical sight. Physical clairvoyance won't harm you, and with a bit of training, you will learn to control when you wish to see things. Summary: you have learned a lot of theory and many practical techniques for working with clairvoyance. At first, all of this might seem to be chaotic, but don't worry. Just practice everything step by step. Start with theory, practice affirmations and third eye opening, and remember about healing negative mind patterns. Then, head over the practice of aura view, chakra reading, and psychic reading. Practice for a few months, preferably with close friends or family members who can provide you with feedback. And after a few months of such practice, all of this that I've explained and taught in this book will be much easier to understand. As with everything else, clairvoyance is a skill that seems difficult at first, but with time, you'll finally understand what inner sight is and how to trigger it easily. You will laugh at yourself, thinking, "Damn, now this is easy." Keep yourself safe and enjoy. Appendix A: Core Images Work. This is a passage taken directly from Psychic Development Simplified. It's a detailed tutorial for core images work. Now we can move to a more effective method of dealing with your blockages. Cleansing your subconscious, thus also removing energy body blockages, can be performed through many different techniques, like affirmations, which you already know. Personally, I use a technique that I call emotional healing work. This technique is based on the teachings of Robert Bruce, with some modifications made by myself. The essence of the technique is called core images, and the overall core images work has been mixed by me with Silva's method and auto-programming meditation. This technique can help you deal with negative past memories and experiences very fast and easily. As you should already know, dealing with your past is an important step in psychic development and personal growth. The problem lies in blockages. Every bad memory or experience or negative pattern creates blockages on energy channels, meridians, or chakras, thus the energy cannot flow freely, and thus, your chakras cannot return to a proper balance. This always results in problems with psychic abilities. Either you cannot develop your psychic sensitivity, or you can't hear your intuition, or no psychic abilities work for you. Some people don't have this problem, as their blockages are minor. But some people get huge blockages that block their psychic development path for good. But not only that. Subconscious blockages can also block your efforts to run a successful business or have a successful relationship, or achieve your personal goals or dreams. This is why it's important to deal with your subconscious blockages, not only to improve your overall psychic abilities, but also to improve your life and allow you to make a few steps on the path of personal growth. You already know a great technique to deal with your problems: affirmations. But affirmations can be a slow tool. Core images, on the other hand, are very, very fast because they hit the source of your problems directly. I need to post a disclaimer here. Not everyone will benefit from emotional healing work. Everyone is different, and some people might have trouble with breathing, relaxation, visualization, and so on. Some people might have other blockage that make it impossible to use core images work. How so? For example, you might have been taught that such mind programming is just a trick, and it doesn't really work. In such a case, emotional healing won't work because of your belief. Therefore, you will have to write down affirmations to remove that blockage in order to start working with core images later. Still, try it anyway because there's no way of knowing if this technique works for you if you don't try it. Healing your emotions. What do you need to start working with core images? Well, at least these things: some free time, peace and quiet, and a dark room or something to cover your eyes because darkness improves your relaxation. And, of course, you need to relax on a comfortable chair or bed. Finally, you need core images to work. Preparing the list of core images. The term core images refers to all negative patterns, beliefs, opinions, memories, and experiences you have. These images not only create blockages, but often they can act as attachment points for astral entities and psychic vampires, and it's a good idea to remove them in order to get rid of vampiric attachments and astral beings that feed on you. In order to work with core images, you need to be aware of them, and you need to create a list of them. Therefore, prepare a notebook in which you're going to write down your images. This can be the same notebook that you're using as your psychic journal, or it can be a completely different notebook. When your notebook is ready, you need to start identifying your core images. When you write down affirmations, on the right page of your notebook also write down your emotional responses. Sometimes, you might recall a bad memory or belief like no, life is difficult. Your bad memory is the core image to work with, and your belief is a message that someone taught you, that life is difficult, and you have to recall the memory of that lesson. When you do something, and suddenly you recall some memory that brings an emotional charge with it that is a negative charge, like sadness, aggression, depression, or fear, then this memory is a core image. Any negative memory you have creates core images to work with. If someone punched you when you were a child, then it's a core image. When you lost your favorite toy as a child, it's a core image. When your boyfriend broke up with you and he brought emotional pain, it's a core image. This creates negative belief patterns. A beating might have created a belief that people are only waiting to punch you. Losing your toy might result in a fear of losing in the future. Heartbreak as a teenager will create relationship problems in the future. Any negative pattern you have can be traced back to a negative memory or experience. Just observing your behavior is a good way to identify your core images. Ask yourself why you behave this way. For example, imagine that you've met a nice lady. She's kind, good-looking, and intelligent, but you're afraid to talk to her. Ask yourself, why am I afraid to talk with her? During a core images work session, try to recall your very first memory when you had a problem. Talking to a girl, you will learn how to recall memories in just a few moments, et voila, you got your core image. Observe your dreams. Keeping a dream journal is always a good thing to do, and dreams can carry information about core images for you. Observe your dreams and pay attention to any experiences from the past that might occur to you in a dream state. Write them down, even if they're not true memories but typical dreams. Work with dreams then, as they might also help you remove some blockages and negative patterns. Sometimes, different events in your life might trigger negative memories: buying a new car, meeting a new person, getting a new job, etc. Pay attention to all memories and emotions that come to you each day. Continue to work on your core images list. It might contain a few points, or a few hundred points, it doesn't really matter. A word of advice: do not worry if you have hundreds of things to work with. Work with them point by point and be patient. Worrying will only generate new core images to work with in the future. Think about big lists in a positive manner. Think you now know what you need to deal with. Think that with this big list you have, you will soon deal with all your problems and your life will change within a few months. Emotional healing work session. Now that you have your list of core images, it's time to have your first work session. So find some time to relax in a quiet, dark place, or use something to cover your eyes. Darkness will help you relax. Sit down or lie in a comfortable position. Remember the first few points from your list: 1, 2, maybe even 5. Don't push yourself, 5 images per session are enough. Personally, I'm working with a maximum of 3 core images per session. Now, follow the procedure carefully. Be sure no one will disturb your peace for the next half an hour. 1. You have to close your eyes and relax all your muscles. Now you have to start breathing. Take deep breaths. Breathe in and breathe out fast, 1 second to breathe in, and 1 second to breathe out. Take from 3 to 10 such breaths, no more. And then, again relax. 2. Say, I'm going back with my memory to. And define the moment of time, the moment when your experience was recorded and is now a memory. Then observe that entire experience once more. Negative emotions might appear, just observe them. They're no longer in control, so don't be afraid, don't worry. You might want to cry, that's okay, cry. It's an emotional response meant to decrease emotional pain. 3. Observe the event you've just recalled. Relax, don't worry, don't be afraid, just observe it. Say, I'm observing, and I'm feeling good. I'm relaxed, I'm calm, I'm secure, and feel good, feel relaxed, feel calm, feel secure. You're in control. Know that what you're observing is the past, and that past cannot hurt you anymore from your current point of view. You're safe. 4. Say, when I count down from 3 to 0, my fear/sadness/anger/depression will go away, and I will feel good, relaxed, calm, and secure. Then slowly count down from 3 to 0, and let go of all your negative emotions. Feel good, relaxed, calm, and secure. 5. Often, some memories might carry an additional belief that you're responsible for something, or that someone is responsible for something. For example, when you have made a huge mistake, you might think it's all your fault. Or that when someone broke your heart, it's that person's fault. In such a case, forgive yourself or that person. Just say, I'm forgiving myself. Or I'm forgiving name, and when forgiving, do this with your heart. Really forgive yourself or that specific person. It will be a relief for both of you. 6. Now visualize a beautiful scene. Visualize a place you enjoy. For example, I'm visualizing wonderful plains with high grass, calm and warm wind, at the time of sunset. You need to visualize a scene you enjoy. It might be a romantic sunset, or a peaceful Buddhist temple, or whatever. The point is that this visualized place must feel safe to you. You must feel at peace when looking at this place. You must feel calm, relaxed, and secure. Use your vivid imagination. 7. Now visualize the scene, the event, or experience in question. Visualize it as a paper postcard. This postcard is hovering within your peaceful scene that you visualized in the previous step. Then visualize that postcard moving away, and away, and away, until it disappears beyond the horizon. 8. Now visualize the postcard back again. It's hovering in front of you, within your peaceful scene. Visualize that you're holding a blessed sword in your right hand, and a holy flaming torch in your left hand. Use the sword to cut the postcard to pieces. And then use the torch to burn these pieces. Visualize the pieces burning entirely, leaving no trail, and see that beautiful, peaceful scene you've created earlier. Focus on its beauty, and on all the positive emotions the scene brings you. Enjoy it as long as you want. 9. Say, thank you that I'm now free. And that's all you can now. Open your eyes and end your session, or move to another core image. And repeat steps 2 through 7. It might look complex, but after a few sessions, you will learn. Each session might take as little as 5 minutes, or even 30 minutes. Personally, I have never needed a longer session, and I don't advise you to push yourself to the limits. After 30 minutes, end your session. If there are still emotions attached to your core images, just mark that on your list. You will return to this core image next time. Don't push yourself. How to recall memories. In addition, if you've identified a negative pattern but not the core image itself, you might want to use a simple method for recalling a bad memory. 1. You have to close your eyes and relax all your muscles. Now you have to start breathing. Take deep breaths. Breathe in and breathe out fast, 1 second to breathe in, and 1 second to breathe out. Take from 3 to 10 such breaths, no more. And then, again relax. 2. Say, when I count down from 3 to 0, I will return with my memory to the first time when. And name the pattern you're working with, for example, when I was afraid to speak with a girl. Your mind should respond with a memory. It might not be the memory you were seeking, but still, it's a core image of some sort, somehow related to the pattern you're working with. Use it. 3. In the case when you don't receive any memory, don't worry. After working with some images, you will deal with many blockages, and new images will appear to you. It takes time to fix your subconscious. But it's worth it. Additional tips for working with core images. Below are some additional tips for working with core images. As I said, sometimes you might end your session and you won't feel relief. On the contrary, you might feel that the core image is not yet cleansed. In that case, don't worry. Some powerful emotions require more time to deal with than weaker emotions. Just return to the specific image during the next session. Use as many sessions to deal with specific images as you need. Remember, you're not a contest, don't rush, be patient, and take your time. Core images can be old or very fresh. Work with both types. If you had an argument yesterday, then it's a core image, and it needs to be cleansed as soon as possible. Treat it as any other core image. Regarding fresh images, I have a story for you from my personal practice. Recently, I had a minor blockage on my subconscious. I was led by fear, sadness, and anger because my boss didn't pay me this month. These emotions were primary emotions I had, and for some reason it influenced all my additional income. So I decided to use core images and cleanse these fresh emotions that appeared. I cleansed the negative emotions and freed myself from them, then took a nap. After waking up and checking my email, I was surprised to learn that I had just made a record of daily passive income by selling so many copies of my books. Some might say it's coincidence, but I've been psychic long enough to understand that coincidences are psychic phenomena as well, and they're not accidental, they're intentional. Finally, you might ask, I'm done with the core image, should I feel anything? Well, you might feel relief. Or you might even sense more energies flowing through specific parts of your body if you're psychic sensitive enough. Or you might notice changes in your daily life. The only thing you should really feel is nothing. I'll explain. Nothing refers to your emotions when consciously recalling a specific core image. That's why you should not destroy your images list. Read it from time to time and recall the events and memories. If you can feel negative emotions, then it means the core image hasn't been cleansed yet, and you still need to work with it. But if you're recalling the event or memory, and you can't feel negative emotions at all, then it means you've successfully dealt with the image and you should be proud. Everything else, like physical sensations or life changes, are just the result of your work. But there's an important thing I need to say. Sometimes, removing blockages might result in a serious physical response. You might catch the flu, or you might notice a pimple on your face, and it doesn't matter that you're 60 years old, or you might get muscle spasm. Don't worry, this is a good sign. It means that your energy body is working to heal itself. You should see my face today after I dealt with some nasty attachments. Working with positive images. There's one more thing I need to mention: positive core images. These are the images usually related to astral entities and psychic vampires. They're like open doors for these beings, allowing them to attach to you and feed upon your energies. These images can be cleansed as well, but with a little different approach. In the case of positive images, You feel positive emotions if the image is allowing an entity to feed upon you, it needs to be cleansed. You can do this through a standard procedure, with a small difference to points 3 and 4. Instead of saying that you feel good, relaxed, calm, secured, say and feel that you're neutral and calm, and that positive emotions are leaving. Say, I'm no longer accepting these emotions, I'm no longer allowing access, I'm closed to these entities. The point is to change positive emotions into neutral emotions, not negative, but neutral. Your subconscious must know that you're closed for anything that might be attached to these specific core images. After a few weeks of working with core images, you might notice a difference. Your approach to life might be more positive, and your psychic sensitivity might increase while your psychic abilities might begin to awaken, etc. But it doesn't matter why you want to work with the core images. You might want to increase your psychic abilities or get out of debt. In any case, the effort of your work is worth it. About the author. Wojciech Nathaniel Userswiz is a Reiki practitioner and psychic who lives and practices in Poland. He's written numerous books about psychic development, runes, the New Age, and Reiki. He used to research haunted places in Poland. Today he teaches Reiki and psychic development. He maintains the English-based website, A State of Mind, http://astatieofmind.eu, where he publishes articles about psychic abilities and spiritual growth. Nathan can be contacted via email, nathan@astatieofmind.eu. Bibliography. Baginski, B. Sharaman, S. The Chakra Handbook. Lotus Press, 1998. Belanger, M. The Psychic Energy Codex, a manual for developing your subtle senses. Wiser Books, 2007. Caudill, M. Suddenly Psychic, A Skeptic's Journey. Hampton Roads Pubco, 2006. Greer, J. M., The New Encyclopedia of the Occult. Llewellyn Publications, 2003. Guiley, R.E., The Encyclopedia of Ghosts and Spirits. Facts on File, 2007. Nathaniel, Psychic Development Simplified. A State of Mind, 2011. Tobis, E.K., Sadlo, L., Rozwijanie zdolności parapsychicznych. Ravi, 1994. Turter, Du, N., Psychic Intuition. Self-Publishing, 2010. Ward, T. Discover Your Psychic Powers. Arcturus Publishing, 2008. Sadlo, L., Jak korzystać ze zdolności parapsychicznych. Sadhna, 1997.